feel the sweet sound of freedom, and it won't be long.
Well, hey everybody, how you doing? It's Silent with Ohio for Freedom. I need a little bit of help tonight, but I want to respond to Christina's comment. Christina, I hear what you're saying, and let me put that comment on the screen here. It says, Everett, they are stealing the election again in Virginia, and I know the story. I know that Fairfax. Here's one thing though that you can definitely say, Christina, about that. Just remember this: the fact that they have announced that they can't be ready and they have a delay, never forget this. They have failed. The Democrats in Fairfax County have proven they can't be trusted. They have failed. It's not that big of a deal to actually handle an election. They have failed. They've got egg on their face. And I think also, you know, when this Terry McAuliffe guy, when he was outed with these ridiculous comments about, you know, parents shouldn't have any say in their children's education, it's just like Pharaoh when Moses and the children of Israel, I'm sorry to go Bible on you, but when they crossed over the Red Sea, he was so full of himself and he was so deceived that he thought that that was open for him. They're so blinded, they don't see it. And I don't know. Oh, and then Anthony is saying they have called it. Anthony, if you can type in who just did. Now, the reason I'm a little bit late tonight is that we were watching Tucker. We watched Tucker and I wanted to see that. Pardon me. And they were refusing to call it, but he said it sure looked like it. And he was quoting a tweet from a couple of people that said they've called it. And so I don't know. There's going to be so much pressure on Fairfax County that I think people will chicken out. I think there are some people that probably were completely prepared to pull the same old shenanigans, and they had to go home and change their underwear because they were peeing their pants with fear because they knew they couldn't get away with it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be vulgar, but let's see. No, they have to. So anyway, folks, let's just leave it up there. But I tell you what, if they try to pull it, there's just too much scrutiny there, and it's not going to stand. And I just don't think you're going to stick your finger in God's face that many times without there being retribution. So listen, guys, pardon me, I need help with something here. And so I'm gonna let you in on my inside circle. Now, if I'm writing a song, I don't let anybody hear it until I know it's done. I've gotten to the place with my lovely wife where, while it's still in that incubation process, I'll share it with her, but she knows she has to just, you got to treat it real gentle. Now, I haven't written a spoof in a while. Now, I'm going to ask you, this beloved audience, I want you to help me write a spoof, or at least give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on it. Now, a spoof is where you take, for me at least, it's where you take an existing song and you kind of re-lyric it to poke fun at something or someone. That's the purpose of a spoof. Now, the problem that I have, and I'm reading comments as I talk, okay? The problem that I have, pardon me, is that I'd like to do a Let's Go Brandon spoof. I've wanted to for a long time, but if you have Let's Go Brandon in the title, YouTube will censor it because it's medical misinformation, which means you kind of got to get outside the box a little bit and really get into innuendo land. And I may be so far into innuendo land, it is like Babylon Bee. I may be so far out there that it just doesn't work. So if it just doesn't work, please, I won't be offended. I would really appreciate it if you tell me. Let's get what I took a walk out there, and my voice doesn't know if I'm outside or inside, but you'll probably figure out where this comes from. But really, just give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or hey, tell me that's stupid, I hate it, it's dumb, it doesn't work. But either way, here we go. Okay, so we're going to do something like this. Come on, man. Here we go. Another day has come to an end. He was lucid until 3 p.m. and we even let him sleep in till 10 today. By 11, he made his first gap. It's so hard on Mother Jill and the staff. At least the fake White House sets make it easy to whisk him away. Here we go. Brandon is sleeping now. He sleeps so creepily. It's just too hard to stay away. Maybe he's dreaming of giant teleprompter screens with big giant birds easy to see. Do I dare look at the comments? Okay, this is the second verse. He pooped his pants so the meeting went slow. The creepy one that he had with the Pope. Abortion don't matter, Sir Joe. You can take communion. He fell asleep on the G24. I guess he forgot what he went there for. The 80-vehicle entourage must have had 0 emissions. I know that's a lot of syllables. We'll work on that. Here we go. Brandon is sleeping now. He sleeps so creepily. It's just too hard to stay away. Maybe he's dreaming of giant teleprompter screens with big giant birds easy to see. Sleep on, Brandon. All right, you can let me know in the comments if that's stupid, too far out there, whatever. It won't hurt my feelings. Listen, I have just got only 3 things I even want to talk about tonight. And thank you for tuning in. I really, really do appreciate it, you guys. First of all, announcement. On the 12th of November, we are having our Open Skies Ohio event at the State House at the Capitol in Columbus. Now, we have blocked off the slot from 12 to 5. The main event is going to be from 2 to 4. And we will announce more information about that. But at 2 o'clock, the Remnant, that amazing worship band from Lima, Ohio, is going to begin. And they're going to tear things up. It's going to be amazing. We're all going to participate. And from 2 to 4 is the main slot. And we will have some more information about that. And so if you're able to be there, we're going to be there the whole time. We'd love to meet as many people as we can. But folks, this is our state, and so we're really, really encouraged about that. And then I'm just going to briefly mention, and I'm going to sign off because I'll kind of be watching some election returns as well. But I want to give you some very, very, very good news from the state of Ohio. I was able to talk to Margie Dayton Right to Life today, and I just wanted to ask her a couple of things. And I asked her about Mason, Ohio. Because as you guys I think everybody knows that last week, Mason, Ohio voted, and you cannot get an abortion in Mason, Ohio. Mason is a life city. It is a pro-life city. It is a non-infant death city, and that's enormously positive. And it's the second city in the state of Ohio that has achieved that. The first one being Lebanon, which is a beautiful town also in Warren County. And so I asked Margie, I said, do you think this is going to spread? And without any hesitation whatsoever, she said, oh, yeah. She tells me that as many as 40 cities in the state of Ohio are looking at doing exactly that right now. And folks, that is just enormously, enormously positive. It's just amazing. And I just want to say, folks, I don't know what you're going. Look, I know many people here they're dealing with stuff, supply line issues, and people are like, is my job on the line with the V and everything? But people are standing up to this V business. I also want to report, I can give you exclusive information from sources that wish not to be named. One of the flagship, premier, well-known corporations, big corporations here in Cincinnati, Cintas. You will probably hear from time to time collegiate basketball. A big venue here in Cincinnati is the Cintas Center. They do business all over the country, actually do business all over the world. So they're a big deal here in Cincinnati. On Friday, the 29th, it would have been, the plant manager of their production facility there toured the plant, speaking to various groups, made sure they, covered all the bases, spoke to all the employees, and told the employees there at Cintas that Cintas will not be mandating the vaccine. I'll say it again. Cintas, major corporation in Cincinnati, will not be mandating the vaccine. Now, as I understand, it was very careful to say, kind of mind some of the P's and Q's. Oh, we believe that the vaccine is effective, blah, blah, blah. And, Biden this and OSHA that, and we will, watch and work closely with. But after saying all that, plant manager said, we will not be mandating the vaccine. And also, as I understand, was really quick to say, if anybody needs a religious exemption form, please see, the appropriate personnel, which would seem to indicate that even if they're challenged, they plan on standing up for those that would present a religious exemption. So, folks, that's a little bit of momentum in the state of Ohio. And we hope we're going to be digging in a little more to try to give you some information about exactly where HB 248, that bill, where that's at, take the pulse on that, because that would prevent employers from being able to do the mandatory V. And finally, I'll look for any comments here. I haven't told. So that's a pretty stupid spoof. Everybody's being polite. You don't have to be polite. I mean, when I do something stupid, I try to go all out. I mean, so I don't. And I heard, this is Christina saying, nope, but they're charging $10 a week if you're not vaccinated. And to that, I'm going to put Christina's comment on there. They're charging $10 a week if you're not vaccinated. But Christina, I would just say, what are your convictions worth? And also, I'm just gonna go out on a limb, folks. I'm just telling you my personal belief and opinion. First, and I'm not telling what anybody else's should be, but I'm telling you what mine is. If you have to pay a price, you have to pay a price. I've got a good friend that it's like $50 a month they're having to pay or whatever. But I really don't believe that whatever the deal is now, that it's going to be the deal forever, because I firmly 1000% believe all of this is going to be exposed. I was so tempted. Right before we came on, I saw the Epic Times, whom I love, flashed an article, and they have a video with it. I haven't even been able to get into it yet, but the headline was that Peter Daszak, EcoHealth Alliance, has acknowledged that gain of function went on. There's another story I could have pulled. I saw it on Gateway Pundit, but I believe it was Newsweek actually has nailed Tony Fauci and a lot of shenanigans. I mean, they've really called him out. So, folks, here's what I want. We are winning. We are winning. The bad guys are desperate. The bad guys, they beat on their chest and they try to act all tough. And I know I use this analogy and not, but they're walking tough and beating on their chest while, yes, indeed, they are urinating in their trousers. They're scared. They're losing ground. So I don't care what you're going through personally, temporarily right now. It's temporary. And that's why one of the reasons I wanted to come on with this stupid, ridiculous song, hoping maybe somebody would laugh for just a second, because it's time to laugh, folks. It's time to be excited and joyful. So I'm going to sign off with this. I am going to, and Christina, yes, it's better than losing your job. Absolutely. Hang in there. Hang in there. And I'm looking at Deb, we have not done nearly as good a job with what I'm going to mention here as what we could have. Spread kind of thin here. But if you seriously are feeling at a loss, like you need some resources to get some kind of religious exemption and feel like you've put all your ducks in a row, if you will email me at Ohio for Freedom at protonmail.com, I can direct you to a couple of places, but you can get that handled. There are ways out there that you can get that handled, and you will know in your heart of hearts that you've done it correctly, or just kind of put your ducks in a row there, and God's going to stand with you. He's going to honor that. So let me get to the last thing that I wanted to say. Here's Christine again. Fauci has been super quiet since the Beagle story. Well, good. That absolutely. How disgusting. No, he's losing it, folks. His days are numbered. I'm going to ask this audience, and I'm going to ask you to be. I want to make one other announcement. I can't 1,000% confirm it. It's like 99% confirmed, but we're going to have a very, very, very special guest on Thursday night's program. It's 99% confirmed, and you don't want to miss that. You absolutely don't want to miss that. And Pastor Dan, if you're out there listening, I'm keeping my lips shut, but you don't want to miss that. It's going to be a very, very, very amazing program, and it'll encourage you, it'll bless you, and it'll strengthen you, and all of the above. And here's my last thing tonight. I'm going to ask your help with something. And it's this. By Friday of this week, I'm as committed as I know how to be. We're going to release the target length is about a 5-minute video. Sometimes videos that are longer, like people like me that yak their mouths way too long, it's harder to share them. But we're really trying to work up about a 5-minute video or a shorter length video that is very, very, very shareable. And this is what the video is about. The 5th of November is the 2-year anniversary of the abortion mill that Mike DeWine opened. Maybe you didn't know that. 2 years ago this Friday, Mike DeWine opened an abortion mill in Dayton, Ohio. No, it doesn't have his name on it. No, he doesn't have ownership of it, but there's an abortion mill that was opened on the 5th of November because Mike DeWine wanted it to be open. If it wasn't for Mike DeWine, that abortion mill would not be in existence. And so we want to do our part. We want to help Mike DeWine celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the abortion mill that he opened. We'll try to get you some statistics because every business wants to keep track of their numbers, don't they? We'll try to get some statistics so we know, how many abortions they've done. We'll try to get some statistics so that we can just report the overall success of the business. We may not be able to get those numbers, but still, a 2-year anniversary and a 2-year milestone, it's noteworthy. And so we need to help Mike celebrate because nobody else could have done it but Mike. Mike's the one that opened it because, see, it had been shut down. It had been shut down after going to court for 4 years. And we'll get into the details of that later. But you know how it is when you legally shut something down, what do people do? They appeal it. You know what I mean? Because they try to say, oh, you're shutting us down for bogus reasons, man. It's kind of like election fraud, like bogus claims or baseless claims. But the thing is, though, they appealed it. But then that was overturned. And guess what? It went all the way to the Ohio Supreme Court. And the Ohio Supreme Court said no, because of all these violations. This is a safety hazard. And this place is shut down. So it was completely and totally shut down. It was completely and totally shut down, and it wasn't shut down in a way that would be like overstepping or like it's over like for example, Mike DeWine didn't do with that abortion mill like what he did with our election laws. Okay, Mike DeWine broke the law when he changed, the election in the spring of 2020, and figured that he would just survive any challenges in court. But no, 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 that's not what they did with the abortion mill. The abortion mill was shut down because it had earned its shutdown status, and it was done. It was history. It was over. And then Mike DeWine opened it back up. Now, Amy Acton was, and I'm telling more information on it than I wanted to, but we're going to get into it. I'm going to lay all this out, and you'll be able to see it visually. And we'll have links there. You can click on it and see it, and I'll be there. But Amy Acton was the director of health at the time, but Mike DeWine is on record saying Amy doesn't do anything that I don't approve of. So even though you could indirectly say that he's like indirectly responsible because it was Amy Acton, that's not the case. The case is, or this, the fact of the matter is that abortion mill is open because Mike DeWine wanted it to be open. And so Mike DeWine okayed it, told the lady, remember that lady that talks like a baby? She talks like about a sixth grader. Her name's Amy Acton. Yeah, that lady. He told her, open it back up. So they just changed from, the old application. All they did was they changed like a name and changed like a phone, but it still got the original owner's name on it and the original email on it. And that's what Mike DeWine wanted. So anyway, I talked longer on that than I wanted to, but we need to help Mike celebrate that 2-year anniversary, don't we? So be watching for that. And when that video is released, if you could please be prepared to push that out, 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 because we want the whole state of Ohio, the whole world, to help celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the abortion mill that Mike DeWine opened. And it's just an awful thing. So, hey guys, thank you for tuning in. I won't say keep your fingers crossed. I believe God for Virginia. We're going to hear some good things. Oh, wait. Now, Anthony is saying, wait, before I sign off here, brother, Anthony, if you're still with us, type in who called it. Has it been called? I don't know. Anyway, we'll check it out. Guys, I don't want to keep it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, Thursday night's going to be a big program, and please watch them for that. I was going to say about a minute's worth of the 2-year anniversary, and I probably talked for about 20 minutes, but please be watching for that, and please help us push it out, because we want to help really celebrate with Mike, because we don't plan on re-electing him. And with that, God bless you, God bless your family, God bless the state of Ohio, and God bless us, the United States of America. Good night.
I hear the sweet sound of freedom.